Where's the music? Oh, that's not happening yet? Oh, we're doing a cold open? Of course we are. I just watched the newest season of Letterkenny. Fucking love that show. If you haven't watched it, please go watch it. It's awesome. Especially if you like hockey. So yeah. It is 11:30 at night on December 30th. Year of our Lord and Savior 2021. And we're about to enter New Year's Eve, and that's when this episode will be coming out, but it's just me riding solo. So yeah, welcome to another long-awaited Shot with Zack Danielz. Ooh. I'm only on episode 3 of this? Man, I gotta find more time. I'm married now. Am I ever gonna be able to find time? I don't have kids yet. We'll talk about that when that actually comes up. But welcome to A Shot with Zack Danielz, and I'm doing this very, very late at night. The boys couldn't get together this week, so I said, fuck it. I'm going to keep this train rolling because I don't like the fact that we had such a long break. A couple times, really. And, a couple month break really sucked, but we were all very busy. A couple of us getting married, as we said on the previous FUNTS episode. But, just in general, life comes at you fast. A lot of things happen at once. And just trying to get back into the grind and into the groove of doing this. Very nervous and very self-conscious whenever I do this, but fuck it, I love talking about sports, so why am I going to stop? I'm just going to I'm going to spew my stupid bullshit and see if anyone wants to listen, especially when I drank. I drank a lot on the last FUNTS episode. We were trying so hard to get it going, and Jack just had a horrible internet connection the whole time. It was just insane. So I don't want to keep just doing that. That's not. I know my name is Zack Danielz. I don't want that to be my shtick, but yeah, that's probably going to be my shtick, and I'm going to have this shot here of, yes, I do have Jack Danielz tonight. Woo! Sticking to the name. Gotta say though, I really prefer Jameson, but let's see how this goes. Oh boy. 3, 2, 1. Oh fuck. Oh my god. Fuck. This is why I moved to Jameson, because like Jack Daniel's it just hurts. I'm not a shot guy. Like I said, I've probably said it before in the past, I'm not a shot guy, but I gotta stick to the name of the episode, so that's a good start. I do have a beer here too. Good old Yang. Alright, so what I wanted to talk about was some of my most I guess sports moments this year that stuck out in my mind. So I'll try to keep this one short. I don't want to hit like an hour or even 45 minutes. I'm trying to just run through these real quick, but I hope these moments will ring a bell in your head at just how long every fucking year is. It feels like it goes so quickly, yet like you forget these things happen. You really forget certain things happen like in the first 3 to 4 months of the year. And like I look back and I'm like, holy shit, yeah. Holy shit, that really happened. And man, I could add so many more things, but like looking at a list, this is what I picked. And I'm going to just preface this real quick. It's mostly the three main sports that I love, which is football, baseball, and basketball. I'm sorry to people who love racing and people who love hockey and people who love, what other sports are there really that I give a shit about at all? Man, I don't know. Those top three, those are my three. I did not care about the Olympics. I kept looking at like best moments of 2021, and everyone brings up the Simone Biles thing, and I get it. I get mental health is a very serious issue. It's not something to be downplayed. But she didn't compete, so I just can't really. I can't measure that as something incredible in sports that happened. Something on the field, something on the pitch, something on the mat that happened. I just have to go off of, I go off of what I actually see. Her story was definitely off the mat type of story. So I'm going to start it off with Bama, because, the national championship game for football, the college national championship game, is always in early January. It's one of the first big sporting events of the year, really. Bama routed Ohio State, led by Justin Fields, and Mac Jones and Devontae Smith and Jalen Waddle. They they tore up Ohio State, and they yet again, king of the castle. It's just incredible how like if they're a machine. They're a fucking machine. I don't like. At this point, I think we all have to root against Alabama. Like, if you're not rooting against Alabama, you suck. You better be a fan. And you better be a fan of more than, 10 years. Or you better at least be a fan throughout the 10 years. But then again, it's like, man, they've been so good for the past decade. It's unstoppable. I don't get it. They just pump out NFL players, every year, just numerous first round, second round, third, high round draft picks every year. And it's just so sweet when they lose, but usually when they lose, it's in the regular season early enough where they can come back, they can bounce back, and they usually rally at the end, and the voters love them, so they automatically get the bump. Have they left? I wonder how many times they've left the top 5 in the past decade. Seriously, I bet they haven't. I really bet they haven't. That's insane. That would be fucking insane. Oh, man. But yeah. So I think of Bama absolutely destroying Ohio State in the championship game. And what's next? What do we go to next? I guess, you know what I'll go to next? We'll keep it with football for the time being. Dude, guys, the Cleveland Browns won a playoff game. The Cleveland Browns won a playoff game. That did not make sense. It really is the Chewbacca defense. It just does not make sense. So, they looked great last year. I was rooting for them. How far did they get again? Oh, that's right. They lost to the Chiefs. And it was Bills Chiefs in the championship. Dude, if they made it to the AFC championship game, I would have lost my fucking mind. My brain would have exploded. You could have told me any time in my entire life, you would have been like, the Browns won multiple playoff games and got close to a Super Bowl. I'd call you crazy. And look, I don't think Baker Mayfield is amazing or anything like that. He flashes. He also shows signs of poopiness. Yeah, he's poopy. Very poopy. But that team just they run the ball so well. Once they got Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt in the backfield, dude, it was over. and Kareem Hunt had his whole thing. But like I guess everything's going well with him. I mean, we won't even speak on that. Fuck it. But that backfield is just disgusting. And then there was another guy named Dearness Johnson or some shit. Like I forget his name, but he came in, he ran over 100 yards. That team is just nonstop. Clearly the offensive line has done a great job there. And the Browns also beat a division rival in that playoff game. They were like crushing them at one point. I think the Steelers made a little push to come back, but it was too late. They gave up so many points so early that I remembered watching it thinking like, this is insane. This is absolutely insane that the Steelers are getting absolutely demolished by the Cleveland Browns. And I don't know. I think after the past 3 years, how can you look at Ben Roethlisberger and say, oh yeah, he's still an NFL quarterback? No, that dude is broken. He's so shot. Like I think this is his last season, right? I believe he said he's retiring. Thankfully, he needs to go. Stop killing your legacy. Some players just need to learn to stop killing their legacy. I get it. They want to play. They're competitors. They want to go out with a bang. They want to win that championship. But like, dude, you have been so shot for like the past half decade. It's unreal. That team with a better quarterback could be amazing. Chase Claypool, Juju's out right now. Deontay Johnson is looking like a beast. And Najee Harris, holy shit, man. The Steelers could have a good future ahead of them. The Browns right now, actually, it's funny. They're looking, they're middle of the road. They're not bad, not great. But I guess that's what happens when you also have Baker Mayfield at quarterback, right? Yeah, so Cleveland Browns, they won a playoff game in 2021. Good Lord. We also saw about the return of college basketball. You got to love that. And, I'm sorry. I didn't say that specifically enough. March Madness college basketball. Both men and women's. Both tournaments were fantastic. Our local team, Rutgers, made the tournament for the first time in several, like 2 or 3 decades, I believe. I think it was 3 decades. And they won a game. And then they just barely lost to Houston. They choked away a lead late in the game. That would have been amazing if they went to the Sweet 16. I would have loved that. But just another great season. Gonzaga went into the tournament undefeated, and they ran all the way to the championship game before they ran into Baylor, your men's national champions, and Baylor was just on a tear throughout the tournament. They were a lot of times when it comes to championship games, it's always the hottest team going in, and Baylor, whatever happened to them, Baylor just turned it on in the tournament. They were crushing teams. And they actually beat the crap out of Zaga. They beat the crap out of Gonzaga and killed their perfect season. I think it was 86-70. Man, that was such a good team. They were killing it. And the women's side, I went and looked into that because I watched a couple games, but I don't know, watching some women's basketball gets a little bit... I watched a couple games, but not nearly as much as the men's. I'm more interested in the men's. And dude, the championship game, I actually watched a little bit of it, watched some highlights. I watched the last like 10 minutes of it, because the last 10 game minutes of it, because honestly, college basketball games, they're wacky throughout, but it's the last 10 minutes where you see who steps up and who takes over, and it came down to the wire there. I mean, Stanford had the lead with 1 point, and I think it was a shot clock violation or something. Just like, how do you get a shot clock violation with that? Like, you got to throw up a shot at that point, and it just didn't happen. And the other team, I think it was Arizona, I believe. Yeah, Arizona had the opportunity to take the lead, and nope, didn't happen. Stanford won. How about that? Two Pac-12 teams, right? Pac-12. Are they Pac-12 or Pac-10 still? Holy shit, they're the Pac-12. They used to be the Pac-10, right? Let me look that real quick. Oh man, it really was. Oh, man, I can't believe that. They were the shows my age, man. I remember when they were the Pac-10. Feels like it wasn't that long ago, but it also feels like it was fucking when I was a kid. I don't know. I'm gonna take another shot. Fuck it. Anybody listening to this that has bought a house in New Jersey in the past 2 years, you want to just reach out to me and just remind me that I shouldn't do it right now because I want to fucking get a house, but also, god damn these prices. Talked to a friend, his realtor. He's like, you got any tips on how to get a house? He's like, yeah, the fuck out of New Jersey. I was like, fuck, man. Like, I get it. I wouldn't mind it, but we have all of our family here. It's really hard. Life sucks. All right, shot number 2. Why? I gotta let it settle. Probably cut a little dead air right there out. My God. These things suck. I don't know how people do shots. I really don't. It's fucking crazy. Whiskey hurts a lot. Vodka's easy, but I just hate the taste of vodka. But, alright, fuck it. I've been talking random shit this whole time. I know you don't even care what I have to say, period, but let's get back to the actual theme here. Let's see, we did Bama routing OSU, we did the Browns winning a playoff game, we got the return of college basketball, March Madness, that's great. How about this? First off, I'll start with this. Julius Randle, Derrick Rose, they're reviving basketball in New York City. Nothing against the Nets. Nobody likes you. You became a super team. Fuck you. Kevin Durant is amazing. James Harden's awesome. Kyrie Irving is a head case. I guess they're not a super team anymore because of that. But then they got Blake Griffin too. But he's hurt. He's not really like amazing or anything like that. But yeah, it's about the Knicks. It's all about the Knicks. They play in Madison Square Garden. I mean, they are New York City basketball. Even as a Sixers fan, I can appreciate what they've done. Julius Randle, Derrick Rose, Thibodeau, like they're bringing it back. They're bringing back the feeling that like the Knicks can actually be competitors. The past like 20 plus years, like pretty much most of my life, I have not given a shit about the Knicks at all. And the Sixers, honestly, the Sixers were terrible for a long time too. But then we got Embiid, then they got Simmons. That's a fucking story. Fucking Ben Simmons. But yeah, the Sixers became competitors. Or contenders, at least, for the championship. They've never gotten past the second round in this past decade, but they get to the playoffs, and they look dominant in the regular season. You watch them in the regular season, and you say, okay, that's a playoff team. The Knicks, honestly, like, even the seasons that you were like, oh, they could maybe compete, like, no, they just never really make waves. And Julius Randle, Derrick Rose. Why am I forgetting some names here? Oh, RJ Barrett, Obi Toppin. they're building a team. They were building a team last year, and I think they got better. They got Kemba Walker. Oh yeah, Alec Burks. He was playing really well for them last year. They got Evan Fournier. Like this team is building like really, really well right now, and they're gonna be competing in the playoffs soon, I feel. But as nice as the Knicks story was, they made it to the playoffs last year. Good for them. They ran into the Atlanta Hawks, who were really hot coming in, I guess. And man, Trae Young became the absolutely. Trae Young became the most hated human being in New York City. Like, it was incredible. You know, it's pretty disgusting when people spit on you. But that's the type of fucking hate he brought. As disgusting as that is, I look at that and I say, that's a fucking achievement for Trae Young. That's pure, like, he was balling too. That whole series, he was balling out. There's if you haven't heard, everyone's been saying it. It's been so viral, but everyone continues to do the bing bong from Side Talk New York City YouTube channel. They just go around and talk to people wilding out and shit. It's pretty fucking hilarious. But man, the videos that came out of that, the Knicks Side Talk videos, which, by the way, are only like a minute tops. Unbelievable. And the amount of fuck Trae Young's in each one of them. Like, I think they made one this year where they didn't even play the Hawks, and still somehow Trae Young's name got brought up. Like, what the fuck? How do you... That's such an achievement, man. He lives rent-free in Knicks fans' heads. Like, I don't even think Sixers players live rent-free in Knicks fans' heads. And we play them so many more times a year. Same with the Nets. Maybe the Nets because that's like a crosstown rival. But I don't know. Just Trae Young, kudos to you, man. I hate you too because you beat the Sixers too. But I think the Sixers beat themselves. And that's thanks to... Let's go to the Ben Simmons drama. So, basically Ben Simmons passed on a dunk when he was like right under the basket. You know what? Fuck this. All right, let's keep it moving. You know what? Let's just hit the two biggest stories from baseball. Well, while I was on honeymoon, the World Series was played between two teams that I don't know, they slipped my mind. I don't really like... I know a World Series happened, but I'm not sure, like, who played in it. Did someone win the World Series? I don't recall. Just a weird year in baseball that, like, it had a great season. As a Phillies fan, we finally got above 500. Bryce Harper was the MVP, rightfully so. That man, if he didn't miss a month because of or however, I forget how long it was, but he got hit in the face with a fucking fastball, and he wasn't out like 5 months. He took it on the chin, literally. I think it was a cheek, and just fucking walked it off. He got up immediately and walked it off, and they took him out of the game, obviously. But that dude was a savage the rest of the year when he came back. And he was doing very well before that, too. I honestly wish I saw him a full season. If he had an MVP season with all the games he missed, just imagine what it would have been if he didn't miss all that time because of a fucked up face. But the World Series, I mean, it was pretty good. It was okay. It was okay. I don't recall who played though. I just don't. I don't remember who won it either. I don't think anyone won the World Series in 2021. I mean, whoever did win it kind of brought up the. I mean, whoever did win it, I mean, you could probably blame them for the lockout, which happened recently, which isn't looking good. As we said on the FUNTS podcast, I don't really have the details to it, but I'll tell you what, man. It everywhere I look, everyone's just saying, "Yeah, it's not good. It's not good." And like, oh, great. Is that the only details we're gonna get? I haven't really dug into it, but it's not good. And the fact that the MLB site took down all the players' pictures, like active players' pictures. I think a couple guys that were retiring, like I think Buster Posey's wasn't taken down. That's just petty. Just so petty. And then all the players were, I think, I saw Rhys Hoskins changed his picture to the blank, no face picture that's on the MLB sites right now. And I think a bunch of other star players did it too. It's like, oh, Jesus Christ, this is not going to be fucking good. But I guess all we can hope for is something gets done. I did read that they want to get something done. They want to get something done before the season starts, but I don't know what that involves, It's all money too. Like, I know they want to improve upon the game because the game has been getting stale. And thank you, Rob Manfred. You market this game like shit. You change the rules that the actual fans who really pay attention to baseball like. You try to appeal to fans that if they're not tuning in already, they're not going to tune in when you make these stupid fucking rule changes. It just fucking Rob Manfred. This whole thing is a disaster. It's a fight between millionaires and billionaires, and I'm actually siding with the millionaires here. At least it's slightly less money, and they also put their bodies on the line. So yeah, that's another thing that happened. What other small things we got going on here? Baseball. Good Lord, I can't not talk about this. Shohei Ohtani is the best player in the world, hands down. It's the debate is over. It was Mike Trout for a while, but Shohei Ohtani doing it in the MLB, going pitching and batting. There's no contest. He's the best player in the MLB. He's the best baseball player on the planet. He's a freak in nature. It makes no fucking sense. Please, if you don't have to like baseball, you have to watch some Shohei Ohtani. Maybe it'll get you into baseball, to be completely honest with you. To watch a guy pitch like almost 100 miles per hour and then hit home runs like 450 fucking feet. That is, I've never seen it in my lifetime. I don't think a lot of people have seen this in their lifetime, to be completely honest. Unless you've been alive long enough to see Babe Ruth. Other than that, there's not been many pitchers that can hit like he does. So yeah, baseball, man, it comes down to, Bryce Harper MVP, Shohei Ohtani is incredible, and a very mysterious World Series. Yeah, someone should really get down to the bottom of that. Who won the World Series? I don't know. I don't recognize it. I don't see a name here. But hey, someone had to win it, right? Congratulations to them. Oh yeah, speaking of championships, the Bucks and the Suns was the NBA championship finals. That's awesome. It's not the Lakers. It's not LeBron James. It's not the Cavaliers. It's not Steph Curry and the Warriors. It wasn't KD and James Harden and the Super Nets. Nope. It was the Suns, who had never won the championship, versus the Bucks, who hadn't won a championship since 1971. Now, really, there was no like, I would have been happy either way, and I was happy with the Bucks winning it, but like, of course you wanted to root for Chris Paul to win his first championship after so many years and having a Hall of Fame career. Still going right now, but you know, that's his career is going to be, it's got to be coming to an end soon. I know basketball players can go for a little while, maybe not as long as baseball, but you know, he's been relatively healthy and he's still producing, man. He's still one of the best point guards in the game. It's unreal. But that's a championship team I know of. So congrats to the Bucks, and hopefully we can see the Suns soon in the future. They have a solid team. I think they're going to be contenders for a little while. I can feel it. So that's good to see. And I guess I'll finish with more recently, college football coming to the end. All the bowl games are happening right now. I'm actually watching Wisconsin and Arizona State now. I just watched Michigan State make a crazy comeback on Pitt. But dude, Alabama, we started the year with Alabama winning the championship, and throughout this year they lost early, and it looked like Georgia was going to be the team that's unreal, unbelievable. I keep saying the same words over and over again. They were the juggernauts this year. Georgia was just taking down everyone, and all we needed them to do was beat Alabama in the SEC championship, and they couldn't do it. Freaking Alabama is going back to the college playoffs, and I cannot stand it. I cannot stand it. I don't even care. Clemson was in it for many years with Alabama, and we got tired of that. But let's be honest. Alabama has been in it constantly for years, even before the playoff system happened. I think we're all just tired of it. And if Georgia just won that game, man. But no. Somehow, I'm sure Alabama has Cincinnati. They moved up to number 1. Of course, they finished the season number 1. They're going to face Cincinnati. Well, I guess now that I'm recording this, it is over half an hour. They're going to be facing Cincinnati today at 3:30. And I love Cincinnati. I love the underdog story. There ain't no way that they're getting past Alabama. They're going to get fucking stomped. And we're going to see Alabama, and I swear, I really hope Michigan beats Georgia then, because Georgia didn't do the job the first time. I hope Michigan can step up, and they can get to the championship game. But then I still think Alabama beats Michigan. So, yep, we're looking forward to yet another Alabama championship. It's just waiting for us in 2022. Hopefully that doesn't happen, but let's hope 2022 is a little bit better. It's coming to an abrupt end here on this podcast, but I'm very tired and I've had a couple shots and a beer. I'm good. It's late. It's time to get to 2022, and let's hope for more great sports moments, and let's hope this pandemic actually finally winds down to a close in whatever fucking way the powers that be decide that is. Yeah, whatever. But stay safe and subscribe. Like our page on Facebook, Fat Unathletic Nerds Talking Sports. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter, FUNTS Podcast, @FUNTS Podcast. And what is it? Subscribe to our YouTube channel, dude. Yeah, man. I'm just gonna try and keep doing these more and more frequently. I just got to come up with more topics or find something to talk about that's interesting that I can go at least a little bit long on. But yeah, dude, enjoy the holiday, or I hope you enjoyed your holidays, and I hope you have a great Happy New Year. So, see you later. Peace.